All right, guys, Rooster in Tennessee here. This is the new 29 LTD Chrome, and I have already done a let's take a look video with this, so you guys already know the basic features of it. So this is going to be the customized one that RC does up for us. I'll go over everything that he's done to it. Keep it rather brief here because, again, we've already went over the main features of the radio. And we'll just go over the major differences here. Again, this is the AM and FM version. Has the real smooth channel selector there. Again, the main difference being you just push this in to go to FM. But it has variable power here on the RF gain. We'll show the range of it. Variable dead key being the more appropriate term, as the top end power stays about the same. It has the widened out receive, as you can see. Notice receive is very, very quiet on this radio, even hooked to a dummy load. Again, some radios get some static in there. When you widen out the receive, you bring in those high fidelity radios, the guys that are transmitting wider than a standard CB radio, you can actually appreciate that sound a little bit once you have the widened out receive. And it also takes a lot of the static out when you do that. That seems to be a side effect of it, eliminates some of the static that you get in there. Audio mods on the transmit side, some cap changes on the transmit side to give it a little bit more of a different sound. And then your optimized tune, power tune, to where the radio maintains swing. Even with a higher dead key, you still have that forward swing on average power. Again, you can refer back to the original video of this radio to kind of see what a stock one performs like. If you're like, oh, well, I don't really know. Is it worth it to get one of these, or should I just buy a stock radio? I highly recommend not running stock radios, but again, that's up to you guys. You can refer back to that video and use your own judgment there. Ranger Echo boards in these as well. So you're going to have the Ranger Echo board right here on the Delta Tune. On the ones that have Echo in them, they will always be installed on the Delta Tune, and it will be a Ranger Echo board. Found that to be the most effective Echo board, the best sounding. They don't get RF in them, and this, that, and the third. But again, your RF power is going to be right here. We've got the Talkback turned on. Talkback's not the greatest in these. Audio, 1, 1, 2. Audio, check, 1, 2. Audio, check, check, audio. And we're running a Superstar mic on it, which I recommend, or an Extreme 2018 for the best performance. But you know, that's the gist of it there. Show you that it receives. Let's see. There's your receive test, just dummy load to dummy load. I'll try to let you guys kind of hear what it sounds like through this radio in the background here. Obviously not going to be the best example, but I got the Cobra 90 over here.
Audio check, 1, 1, 2. Audio check, 1, 1, 2. Audio.
Turn the mic gain down a little bit.
Audio check, check. Audio, 1, 1, 2. Audio.
So they got a really good sound to it. Again, squealing through that radio. Probably not the best example. But you'll probably want to run the mic gain somewhere between 12 o'clock and 2 o'clock, depending on how loud you talk. You may need to run it a little bit harder than that. I've got kind of a loud voice naturally, so I can get by running it around 12. Let's go ahead and turn the echo off here. But really good performing radios. Going to get these listed up on the website. Again, these are different than the AM only ones on the inside just a little bit. There's minor differences, but there is a difference. So I'll list the features that the radio has and get it listed up on the website. And there'll be two versions. You'll have one with echo, one without echo. This one obviously being the one with echo. There'll be a price difference, of course. But all the other mods will be the same. You'll get the variable dead key. You'll get the receive mods, the transmit mods, the power tune. You'll get all that. The only difference in the two that'll be up for sale, two different types up for sale. One will have echo, one will not. Okay, so let's get into the power of it here. We're testing at 14.8, 14.7. That's kind of our standard test voltage that we use around here. So I'll just turn the RF power wide open. Again, that's RF power now, not RF gain. That's actually controlling your dead key. 50 watt slug, middle scale. So we go up to about 6 watts. Hello, and swings forward to about 9. Audio. Now what I want to do is turn that down to 12 o'clock. And that's giving us about a 2 3/4 watt dead key. Hello. About 8.5, 9, which is what we want to see. And then we can go all the way down to nothing. Hello, audio. Still going forward to about 8 watts average. Now, PEP. Again, Bird 43P for a reference. If you have another watt meter, your readings can differ. You may be 10 watts more, you may be 10 watts less. You know, it's hard for me to say. If you guys want me to test these on a different meter before it ships out, I do have that option available on the website. You can have it tested on an MFJ or a DOSI if that's the meter of your choice. This is a PEP on the Bird 43P audio, and about 40 watts on the audio, but talking right there around 35 or so. Check, 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 audio. And that's with the RF power all the way down. We can turn it all the way up. It's not going to make a difference on PEP. This is with RF power all the way up, the variable dead key all the way up, as you can see there. And we're all the way up, going to about 35 watts PEP. Now, some of these will do a little more on peak and average. Some will do a little less. Occasionally, you'll get one in here that does 10 watts average, and it'll do 45 peak. But generally speaking, they run between 8 watts average and 9.5 watts average, and anywhere between 35 and 40 PEP. Again, if you want to go to FM, you guys want to see the output on FM. Carrier is carrier, so again, 6.5, 7 watts all the way up, and it'll roll all the way down to nothing. FM, you know, the output on FM is going to be the same as your AM carrier there. So be very careful with FM. If you guys decide to run, you know, this radio into an amp and use FM, the amps that work on AM will work on FM. But again, remember, if you're putting 7 watts on FM into it, it's not like putting 7 watts peak. It's like putting 7 watts of AM carrier into that amp. So please keep that in mind when you guys are doing that. That can turn into a disaster if you're not careful. So that's the features of it. The new 29 chromes. You know, there was a lot of doubt out there. People thought they weren't going to perform like the other ones. The performance is right there on par. I mean, it's doing virtually the same amount of power that the other 29 chromes did. Also have some of the 29 classics. They'll be a little bit cheaper, the 29 classic is, than the chrome. And that's just, you know, that's not a me thing, guys. I have to pay considerably more for these chrome radios than the 29 classics. So if you don't care about the chrome, the features on the chrome, the 29 Classic will end up saving you a little bit of money. But this is it. This will be like the fully loaded one. The only other thing that we would do to this that could be more money would be to add a RFX 95 to the back of it. And, you know, that's just all about what somebody wants. If you want the RFX 95, you know, obviously that's something that can be done. Probably do that on a case-by-case basis, or just do one every now and again. Because most people want the 29 to be a low-drive, low-output radio. That's it, guys. Cobra 29 LTD Chrome. Really good audio out of these. And, you know, still one of the top radios out there, in my opinion. I'm a Cobra guy all the way. So, new 29 Chrome FM. These are done up by RC, and these will be on the website, roostercb.com. Appreciate it, everybody. Questions, comments, shoot me a text, 423-299-3535. Catch you guys on the band. See you, bye.